Perfect. Mm-hmm. Got the countdown going. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another beautiful stream here this evening. We are joined by Mr. Hayes Beats himself. We got Timmy in the house as well. And today we'll cover just a regular thing, regular nightly live stream. We'll cover what we did on the day in terms of price action. And then we'll also dive into a little ICT lesson. Today we'll cover the average daily range and just kind of how we play it and things you can observe from it. It's not like a huge thing to remember, and I know Timmy uses that ADR a lot as well on with ES and SPY, right? You're more of a ADR trader. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna let him talk about that a little bit more. For now, let's do a little review of today and the live stream that we did yesterday. So last night we had this level, right? 2501.75. And we also had our previous daily high, which was that Tuesday 16 right here. I will outline that. That was our previous daily high delineated right here by that pink line. What did we say on stream last night? We said, okay, well, if we don't hold below this line and we don't hold above the previous daily high, then we could look for a little retrace back down. And then we drew out this magical line that gave us a solid little sell, right? We had a little retrace. Overnight, you can see on a higher time frame. Okay, on a higher time frame, right? We had an inverse fair value gap right here that we displaced through, right? We displaced through this level, so we did not hold this level, 2501.75. We did not hold it. Displaced through this fair value gap. Overnight, we retested it multiple times, and then even one time at 7 a.m. And then sold down from there on a lower time frame. Let's take a look here. All right, we did cover this morning. We said, okay, well, Asian session, we didn't necessarily retrace into the 50% of it or retrace into the OTE of it, but we came pretty close, and we kept on sweeping all of these liquidities, right? And then we also said that we kept on making lower lows and lower highs, right? So we swept this liquidity. After that liquidity is swept, we kept on making lower lows and lower highs. So then our final little boom came when we were staying below this New York Open. Midnight Open. New York Open's 8:30 right there. And then Midnight Open, right? 24.7975. We were staying below it, and we could not clear above it. We retraced into this Timmy candle right here. Hit that to a T at 9:05. Start to sell down. We also had a fair value gap right here, right? Initially, I believe when we opened, I took a little trade right here, and I was talking about taking a short. But that was, if you did not catch that, what we talked about, it was the same thing that we covered at the end of the stream last night. If you guys remember, we were talking about the ranges, right? Let me go back to our testing, what we were testing last night, and then we'll compare it to what we did today. So last night, right, we had our 15-minute chart pulled up, right? And what do we keep on testing over here? Let's take a look. Our 9:30 candle, all right? Our 9:30 range, our 9:30 15-minute candle we were talking about. Okay, well, it retraces into OTE. See how many examples of this we did. We did quite a few days of it, right? We probably did, let me see. How many days? We did, oh my goodness. Give you guys 23 days, 23 examples of it last night of like, okay, this is what we do, right? 930 candle, you take that. Okay, what are we going to do? Also taking the range. What did we do today? Let's take our 930 candle, right? Our 15-minute 930 candle, outline the fib of it, and what did we do right here? Retrace into OTE, right? This would have been your entry. Right there, you could have taken entry up here, like we talked about, where 930 retraces up into something and then sells down from there. But we could have stayed patient, right? Waited for this candle to retrace. Came up into the OTE of it, did not hold any OTE to the bottom, and then we started to sell because we had all of these targets to the bottom. We were calling for outside day before it happened. I mean, yesterday in the Discord, we said, okay, hey, maybe we can entertain the idea of an outside day. We were saying, theoretically speaking, right? This retrace weekly blunt, yeah, we could do that, right? So it's nice to see it play out, just from a technical standpoint, right? No emotions attached, no strings attached. We didn't hold above the previous daily high. Just everything is outlined, right? Just following suit. And make sure if you did not watch that live stream, you go check it out. That's going to be on, you can go to www.papertraders.io and then click under the links, go to YouTube and check out the live session. It was probably a 30-minute live stream that we did last night as well. Quick, a little short and sweet. So make sure you check it out because what we covered last night was directly related to what we did today. And you just can't make it any better. It's so fun to see it happen and play out right after we talk about it. So make sure you stay tuned for these live streams. In the morning, in the evening. In the evening, we drop a little bit of knowledge. In the morning, we do a little bit of an outline with important key levels, just comparing how the overnight session goes. All right. Over here, like our daily plan, right? If we compare this, some that we keep talking about. Asian session, we can see we consolidated a little bit. This doesn't always give you like the most accurate one, but it's good to gauge it, right? So from this, we could have been like, well, okay, on lower time frame, it looks like we might be heading back up in New York session, right? Because London swept the bottom of Asia, so we had the top of Asia. But then when we were looking on a higher time frame, our view was completely different. So that's why higher time frame is what you want to be looking for, right? 4 hour, we put in a wick over here, a little doji, came down. We even had this inverse fair value gap right here, right? That's even on the 4 hour. The next 4 hour retraced into it, tapped into it, sold back down. This next one tried to come back up, tapped it as well, and started selling back down. So, okay, where's our next liquidity on the 4 hour? Probably that blunt ass candle right there. Could have taken some off at previous day low, which was right here. Tuesday low right there. Or it could have taken some off at previous weekly high, right? So it's a retest bounce right now for tomorrow. Since we are holding the Sunday open, I want to see, okay, are we going to continue holding that 20.050? And if we do, then obviously we can start looking for further upside, right? This could have been just a retrace before we continue our move up, or we can take it as, okay, well, we broke below previous weekly high, so that did not act as a support, considering we broke above it. Should have been support right now. So now we could be looking for something like this, right? Come back up into this previous weekly high, maybe even higher, right, into the OTE of that whole sell, and then reject back down. So as long as that holds, as long as that Sunday holds, we're not looking for anything further down. Once that Sunday open breaks down, that's when we can start saying, okay, well, now we're looking for a further movement down. So this right now, this is what we're working with right now. Our OTE is until all of these highs, but I can also see a retest of this level right here. So we can keep that on watch. Let's make it blue. Let's make it like that, right? So we can either do this or we can do something like that, right? Considering if that level does not want to hold. Or previous weekly high holds, right? And then we bounce from here and then continue up. So we have a few scenarios, but for right now, the main one that I'm watching is just seeing, okay, is this previous weekly high going to hold us down, or are we actually going to break above it and retest our OTE levels? So let's see how it plays out tomorrow morning. We're not counting on anything, playing it day to day. I have not drank coffee tonight, so my throat shouldn't be drying up. I do need some water, though. I can yapping away. Let me do write up a little outline right now. Holds us down, which is that 21,765. 21,675. Okay, then Sunday open to break first. So if our Sunday open at 20,050 breaks, we can look for further downside. Battle of the levels for now. Okay, let's take a change your little guy next to your name, Shane. That nice. You have a sugar glider, Timmy? The fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, we need fucking pictures. I want to see a picture of that fucker. That's so sick. That's crazy. Talk about Ace Ventura, dude. Timmy's. Uh-huh. Man, that's so funny. Okay, let's. Oh, yeah. It's like making a little squeaky noise. That's funny as fuck. Guys, when Timmy posts a picture of his sugar glider, go like it up. So, with that, with everything that we just outlined, let's do a little bit of back testing, but let me show you the ADR. I had an indicator I was looking at. Typically, let's do this. Let's do average daily range by TFO, and let's go to the hourly chart. So right here, it has a few settings, ADR, TFO. I didn't use that much. I was just back testing, seeing, okay, what do we actually do? You can do it where it anchors it at midnight, and the price will be a little bit different. I tested it. It's not too much, like not much changes. So this one actually opens it up or anchors it at the daily open, I believe, like the true open. So ADR at midnight, whichever one you want to do. For that, I like to see, okay, what are we doing, right? You typically see a reaction at the top of that average daily range. So 6,000 ticks is what the range shows on NQ. It's a little different on Nasdaq, but around 6K ticks. That's considered we've had these wild ranges previously, right? It was a lot smaller over here. Right? You can see about 2,000 points, or about, oh my goodness, why the fuck is it not letting me? Okay, yeah, just about like 3,000 points, 2,000 to 3,000. Now it's 60. But anytime we saw a breakout out of one of these, you saw a huge sell. So once it got below the average daily range, it would start to sell, and we've seen it bounce on that average daily. Ugh, oh my god, it's a a struggle to say that shit. my autism's acting up, guys. I'm having a flare up. Fucking bear with me. Every time it would break that average daily range line, we would see a huge sell or a huge pump, right? You can see over here, we broke out of it. Boom. Huge reaction, right? But other than that, every time we would hit it, we would see a nice reversal or a nice bounce. So you can use this indicator just kind of as like a, not necessarily support resistance, but almost like an active EMA where you will for sure see a reaction. Right over here, you saw a reaction. We tapped the top of it on Friday, couldn't displace above it. So, okay, then we can look for the bottom of the range. Once we broke the bottom of the range, oh my God, look at that gusher, right? Straight to the bottom. And then over here, we're kind of staying inside of it. Saw a little bounce. Again, displace it. Big sell. Staying inside of it, kind of bouncing, almost top and bottom. All right, I'm not sure how accurate it is like for the past ones, as I haven't traded with the current one, but I wonder if it changes anything as price progresses. So right now, right, this is our average daily range, and even today you saw it. Right over here, you saw how we broke it, start selling down. So I'll might pass the mic to Timmy, as that's the only thing that I got to cover in terms of average daily range on NQ. We can look at ES as well, actually. Let's take a look at ES. ES is also pretty clean with that, right? You can see how these reactions, and ES average daily range is about 500 points. I'm sure it's a lot smaller. Yeah, like 300, 500 back in the day. What was it? Yeah, like 250. So half of what we actually have. I think the actual average daily range is properly determined by the volatility, right? The more volatility you have, the larger the range you will see. It's because there's more liquidity right here, right? It's 200. And every time we would break out of it, you could see a sell. And every time we'd hit like a bottom or a top, you'd see a reaction, right? So over here, broke out of it, huge sell. Over here, we kind of tapped the bottom of it. Nice reaction to the top. Just kind of playing that as your little levels. And then Timmy, if you don't mind talking a little bit about it, it'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at I see that M on the fucking ES. Yeah, it's much nicer. I just realized I was looking at US 100, but here's NQ, same thing, right? We keep on hitting it. NQ is actually a little bit small range, right? US 100 was like 5,000 ticks. This one is around 2,000, around 15, like around average 1,500 or so. Yeah. This kind of determines it. But yeah, you can see every time we hit the bottom or the top, we see a nice reaction. Beautiful. Shane, do you have anything to say? Maybe some crypto insight for us? Yeah, anything crypto. Anything crypto goes. Let's hear it. Doge and XLM. You're talking about this, right? And hit the bottom of the weekly. Yeah, nice little consolidation. Consolidating around that 950 4-hour. Or, sorry, 200 4-hour. I like that. Beautiful. Yeah, daily actually looks like a rising 3 could play out, considering these two chopping around. Yeah, to the top. Doge. Shane was mentioning Doge is looking pretty decent as well. As long as we get above that monthly, I think above that monthly we can really go up and hit that top of this wick right here. That will be huge for us. We just need to displace this 200. Jupe. XLM USDT TP on the weekly. I like it. Yeah, that's a nice doji. And the OTE of that range. 705 hit. Dang. That looks beautiful. Beautiful. Sweet. Well, if you guys are just now tuning in, it is about the end of our live stream. So we appreciate you so much for checking it out. If you guys want to watch the full thing, you can either rewind it on X or you can check out our YouTube. So go to papertraders.io. That's the website. You might find a special little discount for you over there to join the monthly. If you want to join the Discord, that's totally up to you. You know, we do these live streams for free because we want you to learn. Check out the YouTube. Go under the live session section and you will be able to see all the previous live streams that we have done. They're all labeled with everything that we have covered so far as far as ICT stuff goes. You were also able to check out the website for our tools. They're free tools for anyone to use. The only things that are not free are the indicators that are inside the Discord and the documents that Shane has made, and I think a few others. I think Shane, yeah. That Shane has made. Yeah. Yeah. And the ones that, yeah, only the PDFs and that we have created are the only things that we charge for. Everything else is free, and we credit all the people that have provided that content. The only thing we do is provide the platform for you guys to learn and track your progress. That is what the what is it? Oh my god, ICT trainer. I'm losing my thoughts today. ICT trainer. So check that out. We have linked everyone on there. Just helps you track your progress on how you're doing because sometimes you open up a YouTube watch list and you're like, man, there's so many videos and it seems like it's not ending. That will help you track your progress and hopefully push you towards learning more and more of ICT. We also have our trader log that will help you get better. It's a free tool as well. Risk calculator, free tool. You're able to determine your risk, especially in these volatile markets. I suggest that's a great tool, especially if you want to stay in the game for as long as you can. And the candle creator helps you visualize, okay, if you want to actually backtest and see for yourself how is a candle actually made. Check that tool out. Another thing, on ICT Trainer, you are able to take notes and you're able to make drawings on there. So as you progress through the lectures, take the notes, you're able to save those, and you're also able to save those drawings as PDFs so you can reference them later. If you prefer pen and paper, by all means, that's why that tool is free. And of course, we have a little join Discord button. If you guys want to check out more in-depth analysis, if you guys want to hang out with us, if you guys want to check out our daily plans that we provide in there, and we cover a lot more stuff in there than we do on streams. Streams are just mostly education based. In there, we really dive deep into, okay, this was the plan that we have outlined. Why did it play out? And we give you the logic behind it. Shane provides beautiful charts on there. Timmy provides beautiful insight on the market and what he is seeing. He's actually like commenting candle by candle probably his trades. So it's crazy to watch. So join up. We do not give out alerts. We're strictly education based. We give you a plan, and we want you to form your own plan as well. I want you to use our plan and kind of see, okay, this is the logic. I see what they're doing. So how can I implement that logic to my own logic, or what can I learn from it? Right? That is exactly what we want to do. We're not trying to get you in there to take alerts. We want you to learn. Other than that, we're doing a giveaway. Check out at the Paper Traders on Twitter. We're doing a giveaway for three lifetime subscriptions. So you'd be able to just hop in, follow all the rules. If you don't follow the rules, your entry is void. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed it, give it a like, give it a share. Appreciate you so much. Follow Hayes Beats on Twitter. Follow Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter. And follow Rusty Thuration on Twitter as well. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. That's it. Thank you.